Good morning. Happy Sabbath again, everybody. And this is not just Happy Sabbath, it is a throwback, a moment I needed to share with you guys. So, this is your girl, Miss Bev, with another video. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for the new people who have jumped on board and continue to support me on this journey. Thank you to my beautiful members. Thank you to all of you who have consistently contributed to the things that I hold dear to my heart, which is giving back, to just be a servant and the best way that I can. And as you know, while I'm here, my hope already, I have already gotten involved with a school that I will be donating much to. So thank you. Your donations will now be going to a small school. I'm not sure how many students are there so far, but it's a progressive school. It's growing, and so I want to contribute in that way. But this morning, guys, I was making some Ovaltine, right? And I took out the milk and it was almost finished. So I had to pour the hot water in the can and to get whatever was in it. And then my mind went back to the years when I was so young, 6 years old, 7 years old, when we would cut the tin of milk. And remember the little opener we had? It wasn't an opener, it was a cutter. And you would do round and round the milk. So it would leave the jagged edges, and we would take a hammer or something hard and beat down the inside of it and make it nice and smooth. And then we would bend the handle. We'd create the handle on it, guys. I don't know how many of you remember this. And because it's aluminum or it's some kind of tin, then what happened is you couldn't put hot stuff in it because it would hold the heat. But remember when you took this off, guys, and it was your own little can to drink your water or your beverage or whatever in it. I think these are smaller. I don't think these are the same amount of ounces that we used to get. You know that inflation, when inflation happened, I did a video how things got smaller. Inflation goes up and the foods get more expensive, but they cut back on the sizes, right? So inflation created shrinkflation, right? Inflation, but everything shrunk, everything became smaller. But we would have our little can to drink. I don't know how many of you went through this, but I remembered well how we used to cut the things, the cans, and we would bend back the sharp edges to put the handle on the thing. And this would have been something to drink. Your cold drinks from. And warm things. We just couldn't put hot tea because we used to get our tea straight from the fire, boiling hot. And so this would be too hot to sip from. So if you remembered well, then please leave a comment for me if you have ever done this. I know some of you might say, damn, you probably were very, very poor. Yes, I never was ashamed that we were poor, but as I said, poverty as in the people we're helping today, I was nowhere near that. You know, when I look at some situations today, I was rich. Because as I said, my grandmother's home, we had a dining area. We had a living room area, sitting area. And we had 3 seats in the sitting area, plus a sofa. And you look back now, that sofa was one of the nice rolled, like the 2 ends were rolled over, and all it needed was the cushion on the seat. But we had a nice long sofa that could seat 3 or 4 people. And we had chairs in the living room, and we had a bench on the veranda. We had a nice veranda, big veranda, and we had a butler's room, and then we had 2 bedrooms. So that was a nice big house with nice wood that sealed the top. It wasn't just Solitex. It was nice cedar wood that was used to seal the top of the top of the house. And so, as we talk about poverty, I mean, some people laugh at people with the things they used to do, how they used to, but those things create fun memories. If you wasn't, if no matter what you went through, as long as there's life, there's always hope. As long as there's life, there's hope. Some people go through some tough things, and yet they bounce back, and they're living their good lives, and they're building and striving and going forward. And some people, little things happen and they give up, and they, life has been unfair to me. And they cry and they give up. But guys, listen, your past is your past. You have nothing to be ashamed of. People who hurt you, the shame is on them. The only shame that you carry is when you give up and you don't fight. That's the only problem. I think that as long as you have life, you have hope, and you don't sit and wallow, but you get up and you move on. The best medicine you can deal out to people who have hurt you is to strive, is to do well, is to hold your head up high and just move forward. Because what they meant for bad for you, God turned it around to make it good for you. So he kept you alive. He gives you strength. He gives you health. Use it to advance yourself and be proud of who you are. So all of the abusers who thought that, yeah, you know, I've known that all the abusers who have hurt kids and hurt teenagers and hurt young people trying to come up, who couldn't fight back, who dealt with things that they had no right to deal with. I'm sure that when they look at you today doing well and look at us today doing well, that the shame is on them. You know what's worse? When they treat you so badly, you're able to give them bread to eat. So rise up, guys. Don't be ashamed of your past. I remember it well when we cut the milk and we beat down the inside to make it smooth. Now we have openers that cut so smoothly, so we don't have to beat anything down. No jagged edges to be beaten. But at the end of the day, you bend the little cut piece that you open, and here you have something to drink from. But sometimes people are saying, oh, but me don't have nothing to drink from, me don't have nothing to eat with, me don't have nothing to... They keep saying they don't have when the resources in Jamaica are. I don't know. It's so bountiful. So much. You don't need to go buy Mr. Chin's plastic plate. You don't need. Plastic is bad for you anyways, right? You buy a can of milk, you buy a can of fish or whatever, and if you have a good opener, not the knife. I remember we had to cut things with the knife like... Oh boy, you couldn't find a little cutter. I didn't know, boy, I tell you. You knock down the knife in there, you try, you push and lift and push until your food could come out of that can. But when you were able to cut the can wide open, guys, I remember it well that I did this. Granny showed me how to do this, and I did it often. And this was my personal little cup. It's not going to break. It's not going to chip and get a hole in it. It was just my personal little can to drink from. So I just needed to share this with you guys. I don't know how many you remembered, but if you did this, leave me a comment on this throwback, childhood throwback. Take care, guys. Make it a great day by choice. Remember, you are stronger than you think. You are loved more than you can ever imagine. So go forth and make things happen. Make things happen. Be great because you're filled with greatness and goodness and love. Go love like you've never loved before. Remember, it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved before. So go forth and be your good, beautiful selves. Bye.